And Shanil is giving his second speech, and it focuses on organizing, that it has a clear opening, a body, and the structure. He's going to come and his experience as a management consultant and give us a speech on true professionalism. It should be an excellent speech, and he's going to speak from his experience that he brings to us. I'm looking forward to hearing Shanil. Everyone, welcome Shanil.
Thank you, Madam Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters, and guests. I've worked for over 50 companies during the course of my career, and that's just in the last 9 years. And in case you're wondering how I did that, I'm a management consultant, and my job is going from client to client, helping them find solutions to problems they have. And during this time, over the last 9 years, I've learned some very valuable lessons on what it means to be a true professional. And I'd like to share some of these with you. I have to admit that when I first started my career, I was purblind to some of these lessons. But eventually, I did pick them up. One of the first lessons I learned was that as a professional, we should always strive to be a servant leader. Yes, a servant leader, and I use those two words together. I use the word servant because I'm in the profession of client service. I'm trying to understand the needs of my customers, of my clients, listen carefully, and develop solutions to their problems. I use the word leader because it means taking ownership of the work that needs to get done, working effectively with people, and getting the work done. It also means checking your ego in at the door every day when you come to work. As a professional, you might find that even in your world, often there are times when you're not always the person who makes all the decisions. It may be your customers, it may be your clients, it may be your boss, or it may be your peers. But by being a servant leader, what you can do is you can present them with the options that are available. You can give them an education on the available options, and then you can make a recommendation. And in doing so, you'll be having a positive influence on the decisions that are made. The next lesson I learned was that professionalism is an attitude. It's not a set of competencies. If I were to ask all of you, tell me the difference between a good administrative assistant that you know of and a great administrative assistant that you've seen. Many of you would cite many references. You cite many qualities like, oh, a great admin is someone who's very proactive, who's always anticipating the needs of the person she serves. A great admin is someone who takes initiative. A great admin is someone who listens actively and anticipates the work that needs to get done. A good admin is a team player, is proactive, is honest, is trustworthy, reaches out for responsibility. All these qualities could be summed up in one word. A great admin is someone who cares about what she does. But these qualities don't just apply to admins, do they? We all know all these qualities apply to all professionals. So we could say a great professional is someone who cares. Now, one thing you probably noticed is, at no point did I talk about any kind of technical abilities, or technical skills. I didn't say a great admin is someone who can type 95 words a minute, or a great admin is someone who can file folders and shells in nanoseconds. But technical skills are important, right? But technical skills alone won't make you a great professional. So we could conclude then that a great professional is a skilled individual who cares about the work they do. So if you want to be a great professional, care about the work you're doing. Care about your clients. Care about their needs. Care about their organization. And care about their business. The third lesson I learned was that passion drives success. To be successful, you have to enjoy the work you do. Because if you don't enjoy the work you do, how can that be called success? As professionals, many of us are worried about the performance criteria our companies use when they're measuring our performance. We're always looking at the list. Oh, these are the competencies. Here are the things to look for. I've got to strive to make those, to hit those competencies and do well on those competencies. I disagree with that approach. I think to be successful, you just need to find the work you do. You just need to find work that you enjoy doing. So ask yourselves, do you enjoy the work you do? And if you don't, change something. Change things around. If you don't enjoy the work you do, maybe you need to switch your role on the project you're working on. Or maybe you need to switch departments. Or maybe you need to switch companies. It can be any of that. Because it's only when you're enjoying the work that you're doing that you'll be passionate about the work that you're doing. And it's only when you're passionate about the work you're doing you're going to strive to make a difference. So ask yourselves, do you enjoy what you're doing? The fourth lesson I learned was that as a professional, we should always guarantee the work we do. No matter who it is that we're working for, whether it's our peers, our colleagues, our bosses, our customers, always be able to stand behind the work you're doing. Always make sure that what you produce is 100% and you can always stand behind it. And there have probably been times in your careers when you found that you thought you did great work, only to later find out that whoever it is that you were doing work for, they weren't happy with it. By guaranteeing your work, what you're saying is, you'll put in the extra time, and on your own dime, you're going to make it right when people aren't happy with your work. And you're going to do it with a smile. Because by smiling, what you're saying is you care about them and you care about the work you do. So to conclude, I'd like to reiterate the 4 lessons that I learned over the course of my career. Strive to be a servant leader. Remember, professionalism is predominantly an attitude, not a set of competencies. Success comes from doing something that you're passionate about. So be passionate about the work you do. And always guarantee the work you do. So I'd like to leave you all with one last question. In your profession, think about what you do. And ask yourselves if you possess these qualities or these lessons, and if you don't, should you be applying them? Thank you.